guys, Kev here, and I just want to do another quick unboxing. I had a couple tonight to unbox, so just kind of knocking them out real quick. Try to keep them short. I know sometimes I tend to ramble on when I'm doing these, but I'll try to be short. So what is in this box is something I am extremely excited about. I do believe this is my CKF Satori 2.0. Sorry, I almost said 520. I had one of those in recently. This is the CKF Satori 2.0. So I first saw this knife on Bearded Gear's channel. Jake is a good friend, and he was raving about this knife, and he was excited because it was his first CKF that he's owned. Like me, he's had a couple in as loaners, I guess. Just had that 520 in. It was amazing build quality, just all around outstanding. CKF, a custom knife factory, is out of Russia. They make some really cool designs with some great makers. And the Satori 2.0 is no different. It is a Peter Rosenti design. Sorry, there's something in my eye here. Peter Rosenti design, which means it's going to be an integral knife. It is the 2.0, so it's a little bit smaller. I think it has about a 3.3 inch blade, which I think would be more my speed compared to the big one, which is probably like 4 inches. So that's a little background. This will be my first CKF, and I am very excited. I have high expectations for this one because of Jake. So we will see. The unboxing knife is the Benchmade Mini Crooked River that I also just unboxed before this. It's a pretty cool knife. Still need to flip the clip around and feel it out a little bit, but I am liking it. So I bought this from a guy on Blade Forum. So I always talk about Reddit Knife Swap, and that's my preferred place to get knives on the secondary, either there or Instagram, something like that, especially if I'm selling. But I did sign up for Blade Forums because there are people who really like to use that platform, and I didn't want to miss out on any deals or exclusive things that somebody posted on there. So I signed up, and I'm glad I did, because I've actually got a couple things off of there that I don't think I would have found otherwise. And this guy is really cool. His name's Brian, and I did the deal with him for the CKF, and he actually was cool enough to let me dish it out over a couple payments because it was kind of expensive, and I just didn't want to drop a chunk of change at a time. So I kind of spread it out over time so that I could just, pay it and get the knife in. And I also have another one coming from him as well, which is going to be really cool. I'm really excited for that as well. So there we go. We have a CKF pouch here. Always got to love that. You have their kind of traditional orange cloth here, and that's wrapped around the knife. I'm going to put that down for a second, see what else we got. We got a bunch of stuff in here. So we have money. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be in there, but it looks like Russian money. It could be a joke, I don't know. But that looks like money to me, and it looks like Russian, so that's interesting. I don't know if that was in there and Brian just passed it along. We have a cool CKF patch here. We have a cool sticker, it looks like, from CKF. And then we have what they always include, which amazes me, is another clip, and then a whole other set of hardware just in case. And that's really smart of them if you think about it, because these come from Russia, and if you think about all the knives you get from China, if you're someone who buys knives made in China, little disclaimer there, I do that. It'd be nice if they sent, you know, this kind of extra hardware along, because if you have an issue, sometimes warranties can be a pain. Although nowadays most companies have a US rep, and that guy will have, you know, everything you need, and they can always send you screws and whatever. I also have a card here for the Satori 2.0. This is a limited run of, it looks like, so the serial number is 353 and the year is 2020. I guess it doesn't tell you how many there were made. So maybe they're doing that because they plan on having another run and they don't want to limit themselves. But this is number 353. So let me get all this stuff back in the pouch real quick. So it's really cool to get all that stuff from them. Oh, I forgot the money. That is strange. I'm going to have to ask Brian about that. But here we go. So let's unwrap this bad boy. And here it is. There she is. Okay. So it is smaller than I was thinking. And I keep saying that these days. And I think I'm just getting used to bigger knives. So everything seems smaller to me. This is not a very small knife. This seems to be about the size of my Malibu. It is, yeah, I mean, it's even bigger. Now, it's about the same size as this mini Crooked River as well. That might help you gauge it there a little bit. So that's cool. We have a titanium integral frame here. Check that out. You have these two holes at the bottom here that I'm guessing are for the lanyard guys out there. Although they kind of look like drain holes, which is kind of cool. We have the clip back here. It's a milled titanium clip. This is right hand only. But again, that's just something I've been learning to deal with lately. We have a really cool fuller here all the way along. And then there's this interesting swedge. And this is a flipper. So here we go. All right, first flip. Felt good. Ergonomics, my hand literally fits in here like a glove. This fits fantastically in my hand. And then there's jimping up here on the spine, which lands right where my thumb is, so that's good. Wow. This feels really good. My thumb kind of goes to the end of this little ramp here, or poon, but it's fine. I don't notice anything there. See how the close is. Get past the detamp. Ooh, okay. Wow, that's really good. Sorry about that. Dad duty called. I forget exactly what I was saying, but it is a phenomenal flipper. Oh, I think I was working on the close action, right? So you break the detent. Oh, man. So this thing guillotines shut. So I'm going to have to learn as a lefty how to, you know, close it and get my finger out of there. Wow. Look at that. So as a righty, obviously, you just flip it, hits the nail, and drops shut. So there you go. It is pretty small, I would say, just in terms of how thin it is here on the handle and everything. And it kind of makes it hard to maneuver my big old hand around, which I think from the last few knives I've unboxed, I think I'm learning that I do have bigger hands when I say they're kind of in the middle. Maybe they're a little bigger than I think, because this seems kind of small to me. And I remember Jake saying it felt really good in his hand. And I don't think he has any issues manipulating it. So I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes as I learn the knife a little bit. Now, can I middle finger flick it is a question. The answer to that is yes, I can middle finger flick it. Let me see, I gotta watch the lock bar like any knife, you know. Well, I had it. See, I'm trying to maneuver, and it's just really hard because of how small the damn thing is. It's not even how small it is, because if you look at the Danger Pickle here, you'll see the Danger Pickle is actually a smaller knife. but it's girthier. It's a little chubby boy, you know? And I guess I can maneuver that a little better. It also has G10s. It's a little more grippy than the titanium here, but it's a little hard to maneuver on this titanium here. I'm trying to just get an angle. Ugh. I got it the first time, right? And then now I just can't get it again. So I don't know. It's something I'll have to play with. That's kind of disappointing. I hoped I could Spidey flick it. Yeah, no blade play. It's locked up solid. My finger slips off of the flipper tab a little bit because there's no jimping or anything on there. So that's not the best either. I am in a situation for some reason right now where my hands are like really sweaty, and that could be causing a lot of these issues. So it's definitely something I'll be checking out as I play with this knife more and more. I definitely like the action on it. It's really nice. The flipper tab I kind of wish had a little bit of jimping here and didn't have this like point. It has a point on the end of it, and that kind of digs in, and then I can just slip right off of it super easy. And it feels like you could fail it pretty easily if I wanted to. Yeah. So, and I'm not doing the pinch there. I'm just pushing, and it's just not going all the way. So you have to mean to open this thing. So all in all, it's a really cool knife. I totally get why people love it. Does it seem like it's worth the amount of money that people pay for it? So far, not really. Am I in love with it right off the bat? I want to be so bad, but I'm not. I think if I was right-handed, I'd be much more pleased right now. You could probably Spidey flick it a lot easier. See that? But lefty, it's just the lock bar there. Yeah, I can get it. If I get lucky, I can get it. So maybe I'll learn. It does feel really good in my hand though. Lastly, I just want to kind of go over the blade because I completely ignored that. It's a really cool Tanto grind. Looks to be a compound grind, so you have the back grind here that does have a slight recurve, and then you have a point, and then that goes into this grind here. This feels like a flat. This feels like a hollow grind. You have this crazy poom / swedge thing going on up here to a very robust tip. Looks like, well, it's not that robust, but hopefully that helps you see it. It was definitely really cool. It has these blade stops here. These are not thumb studs. Don't think you can use them as thumb studs or to flick. So yeah, trying to, yeah. So it does just seem a little bit awkward for me as a lefty. So we'll see. As it stands right now, I'm kind of already contemplating where it's going to go next. But hopefully those things change and I fall in love with it. So really appreciate you guys checking this unboxing out, getting my first initial take on this. I'll get you my first impression soon. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later. I want to love you, knife. I so want to love you. But will I? Will I?